Why the housing market is in a recession in terms of sales, but not prices. This is something that we have been talking about for quite some time. Guys, it's like, we have less buyers, we have less sales, we have construction has halted, and yet prices are not coming down. Now, I've told you my theory is that it's because of inflation. Inflation keeps everything up, all the prices up. And if we continue to have high inflation, we will probably most likely continue to see high home prices. But this is an awesome article. I am going to have a link to this article down in the description below. It comes from ksl.com, and I'm gonna go and read through it because there's some great data on this article. So here, let's start. Salt Lake City. July was even more sluggish month for the U.S. housing market as sales of previous owned homes slipped by 6% in June and a whopping 20.2% year over year. Home prices are still high though. Check this out. Let's just real quick jump over to the Redfin weekly housing market data, and you can see that so this was kind of like the peak right here in June. And yeah, like people are still, listing their house for quite a bit, pretty high. Now we're starting to see a decline, but this is the listing, okay? Let's jump over to the actual sale price. We're seeing a strong decline in the sale price. So what it means is people are, listing their house for higher prices, but the ones that are selling are actually going down and down and down. So what we're gonna start seeing in the market is houses that are like fixer-uppers are definitely gonna sit in the market longer and longer because no contractor is gonna wanna buy that house, fix it up and flip it when it's so expensive. They're not gonna take that risk, especially with material costs being as expensive as they are. So we're gonna see a slowdown in like those flipping houses. Those people are going to wait for those fixer-uppers to just sit on the market longer and longer and longer. They're going to start putting in really low ball offers to see if these people bite. And eventually when those fixer-uppers get sold for like very low prices, it brings down the entire, community. So I'm definitely going to see that happen. These homes I predict are probably going to be some of the nicer homes, the homes that are already built. I would not be paying top dollar right now for a fixer-upper. If you find a home of your dreams right now and it's got all the upgrades and it's in a perfect neighborhood and you're like, I don't care if I'm paying, and you got the money and you don't care that you're paying, basically at the top of the bubble. If that's the right home for you and everything's lining up, then go jump in. Absolutely. For those of you who are looking for a deal, I'm personally looking for a deal because I'm trying to buy a second home. I'm gonna wait because I want to buy that fixer-upper. I want to, fix it up, make it look nice and turn it into a rental. I'm gonna wait because I think I'm gonna have a great opportunity. I would say coming up maybe January, February could be a great time to buy. That's going to be like, in my opinion, like the first dip, like March. But then my prediction will be next year, maybe next January, February, next March of 2024, we could definitely see some crazy stuff. I just don't see the economy booming. That's the truth. The reason is, I'll tell you, when we were coming out of the Trump presidency with the tax cuts, the tax cuts that went to these big corporations, that basically fueled the economy, right? Sometimes a lot of people, it's very controversial to give these companies these tax breaks, right? But whatever, it happened, and it made their stocks just pop like crazy because basically they were they become instantly more profitable when they have to pay less taxes. So the stock market sort of blew up, right? And everything was hot. Everyone was sort of happy. People in the market were happy. And then, boom, what happens? Coronavirus shuts everything down. Kind of crazy. So remember, we had fueled the economy with the taxes, and then we go into this section where we have complete shutdowns. Then we jump into, the government freaks out, the feds lower the rates to zero, mortgage rates go to historically low prices, people are staying home, the government is printing money, sending people COVID relief money, all craziness. Then we get a new president, kind of has been spending some money, just like the last president. Every president, to be honest, spends money. So we're still spending money. The government started buying a lot of mortgage-backed securities. I mean, it's kind of created this whole crazy mess, right? And we're gonna feel the effects of all this for like the next 10 years. So things are kind of looking kind of wonky right now. Jumping back to the article. So it says, kind of jumps in and talks a little bit about the recession. So it kind of says, we're not in a recession because we have a lot of employment, but people are saying the housing market is sort of seeing a recession. Here, let me take this quote right here. We're witnessing a housing recession in terms of declining home sales and home building. However, it's not a recession in home prices. Inventories remain tight and prices continue to rise nationally, with nearly 40% of homes still commanding the full list price. Well, as we could see, those prices are coming down, but yes, you're right. Like we're still super high. So how could you call it a housing recession just from this little drop right here? The reason people are calling it a housing recession is because a lot of people are looking in like 6 months. Again, if you look at the data right now today, it probably doesn't look that bad. But some of us are trying to predict what's going to happen because, that's the fun part, I guess. That's the fun part. If we keep reading, what does this mean for buyers? And sellers. Basically says, hey, we're going from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Now here's a great quote right here. It is an exciting time to be a home buyer. I agree. We're in a buyer's market here. For the first time in years, we are seeing sustained inventory gains and slowing of home price appreciation. The market is rebalancing after favoring sellers for so long. There's still ground to make up with new construction, but the change in recent months has brought some much needed relief to buyers. So I agree. Like I said in many videos, we definitely went from a buyer's market, seller's market to a buyer's market, and literally in like a month. Still, in my opinion, not a good buyer's market because things are very, very expensive. But at least our sellers are not ripping you off, right? That's the good side. So again, if you found the house of your dreams and you really want to buy it, yeah, jump in. But if you're like a bargain shopper, you might want to slow down. Now, here are some of the metros with the biggest slowdowns. Here's Utah. Here's where Utah ranks. Here, let's jump in. So 53 metros have surveyed in RE/MAX July report. Salt Lake City was among the top 5 markets that saw the biggest year-to-year decrease in closed transactions, with 39% decline. Insane, guys. Look, Houston, San Diego, Miami, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas. Big decreases in these cities. So we're definitely going to start seeing a downturn. And look at this, North Carolina, again. Supply here is Salt Lake City, also ranked in the 5 markets with the biggest year-to-year increase in month of supply. So supply is going up in Raleigh, very nice. Phoenix, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, San Diego. So as supply rises, what's going to happen is prices will come down. So guys, many ways, market is all over the place right now, right? It really is. We have inflation that is kind of nutty, just the whole idea of everything becoming so expensive. We're going into a holiday season. God knows what's going to happen. If we're going to be able to sell through all the products, if it's going to look great. I'm really crossing my fingers that it does. Now, if we have a strong holiday season, all bets are off, guys. Prices are not going to come down. If we jump into a booming economy, you're not going, this is going to turn right back around and start popping off. So it's all nuts. I feel safe to say and somewhat happy that, me and basically everybody else has no idea how this is all going to play out. Really, we're just going to have to see it day to day at the end of the day. But you know what? I enjoy it. I enjoy learning about it. And I enjoy staying educated about the topic. So bringing this information to you really does make me happy. Now with that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video. I had a lot of fun making this video. Now for you guys who have been supporting my channel, liking my videos, leaving comments, I wanna just say thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to me. And for anyone who's new to my channel, if this is the first time watching one of my videos and you'll enjoy what I have to say, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.